Hey everybody, it's Adam again and welcome back to my garage. Well, I've got some good news and some bad news. We'll start with the bad news first. I was working on the brake master cylinder on the E21 last night and also was applying a brake bias valve, and we managed to not make a good connection on two of the flare fittings on the brake bias valve, and I couldn't get that quite figured out. So we had to move to plan B, and that's where the good news comes in. For you, actually, and not for me. I'm still a little nervous about this. But we're going to bring and actually we're driving the 2008 BMW Z4M to track day this year. And, I really wanted to spend another year driving this car and kind of figuring it out just to make sure there wasn't anything wrong with it and things like that. I've put about 1,000 miles on it since I bought it back in February, March timeframe out in Oregon. Everything seems to be running fine in this car, so, I guess let's just give it a shot here today at track day and see how things go. 100 plus miles an hour, I guess we'll see what happens. I don't really know what these tires are capable of on here. I really haven't pushed this car at all since I've gotten it, so we're going to kind of learn the ropes on the track today and see how the 332 horsepower S54 comes to life at the track. So we're heading over to Grattan Raceway again, one of my favorite spots. A little disappointed we didn't get the E21 put together back in time. That's what that car is for. It's to beat on it at the track so I don't have to take my nice 2008 Z4M out there. But I'm bringing along you guys, so come along for the ride. Enjoy.
Inherently a little more danger there than with the cars. So just make sure everyone knows everyone's skill level and we're all watching out for each other. So
oh man, it's a beautiful day out here. Also, I spot something down there. Look at these jokers came out here with the side-by-side, and I think this will be pretty interesting. So like I said, we're gonna work up some speeds, get familiar with the car, and then I'm gonna step up the limits. We'll see how things go. So all right, boys, here we go. First session. We're just gonna shake her down a little bit here, see how things go. By the way, it looks like my arch nemesis, Matt Von Nick, put that on the mirror. So he was gonna put that on here regardless of whether I had the E21, the Sonoma, or the Z4M. I think he's shaking in his boots now. He's trying to get in my head. All right, so we're just gonna do a little reconnaissance lap here. And pretty much, at least at this track day, Nick will take everybody around the track, kind of show them the turns and everything. This is my 4th time coming here, so I'm pretty familiar with the place. So it's a fun track, and they resurfaced a couple areas as well, actually, too. So interested to see how the smoothness in the last couple of turns feels. In the E21, it's typically pretty bumpy over there. Makes for a wild ride in that car. I'm expecting this to be a little more stable, but I guess we'll see. Never done a track day with the top down before either, so we're gonna see how the wind goes with this thing. The thing I'm most worried about driving this today is driving this is going to spoil me, and I won't want to take the E21 out anymore. But we'll see how she goes here. Track is feeling good. I can typically feel every single crack in the road with the E21. Nick is slowing us down here. The other thing, on the E21, so when the master cylinder was going bad, it actually softened up a little bit during the last track day, but still was fine, could stop fine. And then I took the Sonoma out. You may remember I took the Sonoma out, and the pedal was so firm on that it felt like a sports car compared to the E21. So that's when I started thinking, okay, maybe there's something going on here. And when I rolled it off the trailer that night, I rolled the E21 off the trailer at the last track day, the pedal darn near went down to the floor. We had a lot of rain that day though too on the way back, and I wondered maybe if there's some water or something got up in there, but it never pumped back up. So ultimately, oh, look at this, nice and smooth. Did they fix the dip over here where I lost it one time? Ah, they fixed the dip too, man. We're gonna have an entirely different line coming through there now. But anyways, I was redoing the master cylinder last night on it, and the last two lines that I connected didn't pan out. So, man, she is smooth out here now too. Oh man, this is gonna be quick coming off of that turn now. There's a pretty sweet Regal up there with some wide sticker Hoosiers on it. Looks like one of those stock car chassis clones. That car's gonna be pretty sick out on the course. All right, first session is underway. Let's roll. Repaved this whole section back here. That's nice. Oh man, it's nice having brakes that work real nice on a car. Typically you can go flat out up through here. The E21, I'm typically flat out, let off a little bit there. I'm used to double tapping the brakes. I don't think I need to do that on this car. Real neutral handling car though. Not too tail happy. If anything, I wish rear end was a little stiffer. But all in all, it's a good balance. Really haven't been able to drive too hard yet, just because we got some of this traffic in front of us. They've got traffic in front of them, so. I know that Civic's itching to get past me back there. My favorite turn right there. Whoa, got a little tail happy there, almost pulled a Kyle Larson and turn two at Indy, downshifted into third, the back end stepped out a little bit. You know, one thing I gotta say is when I get on the gas, this rear diff hooks up really nice. You know, compared to the E21, it's got a clutch diff in it in the E21, this has got a helical diff. And so far, she's been hooking up real good. No traction issues out back at all. Hopefully this Acura lets us pass here. far, I gotta say, compared to the E21, less front grip on this thing. It may just be the tires too. The back end definitely does not want to step around. The E21, you're kind of on the edge and hustling it the whole time. But from a speed perspective, you know, she's pretty good. Bottoms out like the E21 over that bump there on the last turn. But overall, pretty solid so far. Brakes are feeling good. All in all, it's been a good run here so far. Yeah, that Acura, we're back behind him again. Great. You can smell his brakes too. He's hustling that car though. He's hustling it pretty good. Hopefully this Toyota is going to let me pass them on the straight here. All right, he's pulling off. There we go. Boy, front tires are heating up, I can tell. They're pushing a little bit more. All right, I think we're gonna cool her down here. Nobody behind us, so we're just gonna kind of take her in slow. Let her breathe a little bit. Man, we had a good dang near 20-minute session there, so that's all right. Oh, no, we can't take her in. Look who's ahead of us. Ah! He's moving pretty good. He's ripping it. Excellent, excellent. He's fast.
You like my little gift?
I did, thank you. My arch nemesis. Man, so that first run actually went pretty good. That was nice. The front end definitely doesn't have as much grip as the E21. Either that or the rear end doesn't want to step out as easily with this. So we're going to up the pressures a little bit in the back and see if we can dial in some handling a little bit that way. But that's about all we got to work with today. Definitely not as grippy as the E21, but still fast, man. That wasn't really pushing it all that hard through the last turn there either. So we'll continue to step up our game as the day goes along here. Also, these guys over here, yeah, they're enjoying their day already. Got to pass Doug on the track and got to run behind him a little bit. That was cool. Funny story, I went to check the brake fluid here just for the heck of it, and notice the cap is missing. I happened to drop the cap down there, and I think it's down here somewhere. So we got to get this sorted out like right now. You know, it's a bad thing when you don't hear the tool hit the ground or whatever when you drop something. And I heard it. It was a hollow clunk. And I'm like, no, for God's sake, no, please. I mean, you know, it's like I jinxed myself by saying I wouldn't need tools today. Hallelujah! Yes! But there we go. We'll just get that right back in place there. And now I got to figure out where to clean my hands. think I figured out why this thing is pushing a bit more than I was expecting. I thought we had some summer tires on here, but they're actually sport all seasons on the front. And on the back, it's extreme contact. DWS I thought meant dancing with the stars. So like you go really fast, but it's actually what, dirt, winter and snow or something like that. So we got all seasons on this. So before I go to town on the suspension or start really tweaking this thing, I think we're gonna get some good set of summer tires on this for the next time around. I gotta say the comfort is a bit spoiling me compared to the E21, but I really haven't been able to push it all that hard because the front end seems to want to wash out a bit more on this than with the E21. But we got a good baseline here going, so we're gonna just enjoy the rest of the day. Not gonna get too crazy. Just because, you know, it's on all seasons, it's just not doing it. I mean, mud and snow, that's not something that you want, I guess. So guys, I'm just doing a regular track day here, and these guys show up. I've never even heard of these guys. What is that? SXSBlog? Because I know this guy. Oh, okay. Oh, and it's Doug too. I went to high school with Doug. All right. I don't know.
We just got this off Marketplace.
Just off Marketplace? All right. Yeah, I heard there was a build on YouTube somewhere about this, and you guys just decided to take it out to track day, huh?
You know, yeah, I think it was a one-trick pony before. It's a burnout car.
Yeah.
That's fun, right? But you get tired of that constantly. So seems like maybe it can do this.
For sure, man. So what are you thinking, Doug? What are you thinking about doing with the old Hellforce here?
It's working better than expected, but the brakes are horrible.
Okay.
Mustang brakes.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's got utility side-by-side brakes on the front.
Okay, basically like a mountain bike brake
like
is almost what it looks like.
8-inch rotor,
Yes.
baby. So it doesn't stop. That's definitely our biggest issue.
Non-vented either, right? So, oh, geez.
It's wide open. It's vented.
It is vented. You're right.
It's in the air. But, so we need bigger brakes. We need some front end stuff we can adjust.
Yeah.
Show rep.
Cool, man. Well, I mean, at least if you get in the gravel trap there, you can use the winch to get out too, right?
Yeah, it's an off-road machine.
It's an off-road machine, yeah, for sure. Yes, yeah, for sure. Well, thanks for coming out, guys. It's freaking awesome to see this. All right.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
Appreciate the invite.
Did you have to change your underwear after this turn?
I did.
I could see you shaking your head in the car, man. That was sick. All right, my arch nemesis, Matt Von Nick, is right up in front of us there. We're gonna catch up. I returned the favor by him putting that Cutlass sticker on the mirror of my car. I left him a little surprise over lunch on the back of his car. Let's see if we can catch him here. Or you can see it in the lower left-hand corner. She's cooking her into turn one here. All right, so let's give an assessment here. So we're on the first afternoon session. Discovering I had all seasons, I started driving like it was all seasons, and it's made the car a little more manageable, at least from my expectations perspective. Braking has been really good on it. I think in one of my speed runs to max out on the front stretch there, I did go a little too deep, and I heated up the brakes quite a bit on that last run. So we're going out here to clean off the rotors right now anyways. But I mean, all in all, great performance, great smooth handling. I really haven't been keeping it high up in the revs. Just because I've been, if I can't really push it because of the tires, then I might as well not get too crazy in terms of the speed. So anyways, it's good. Glad I brought it out today. I gotta invest in some new tires and probably some track pads on this too. But all in all, I would say I've been impressed with the car. I've been very, very happy with it so far. I really wish I could get a little more tail happy out of it compared to the E21, which I have that set up to be very stiff, very tail happy with that. I can typically get some throttle induced oversteer on the E21. This car definitely has a bit more front end weight. You can feel it. Another thing I really like, the rear end on this thing, this differential just keeps those two rear tires in lockstep. It's pretty impressive in terms of the amount of tire grip I get on acceleration in the back. All right, we're gonna let this Miata go past, and I think we're gonna let her do a cool down here. Yeah, so all in all, it was a successful day. Z4M held up real good today. Biggest thing I would say, just observation-wise, aside from having all seasons on there and no prep going into the car other than checking the lug nuts on this thing, basically, quite a bit more front-end push than I was expecting. But after I figured that out and realized I could get in the power a lot sooner than what I do with the light BMW E21, I was able to get down and actually turn a couple of faster laps. So all in all, everything worked out really well. She held up really good. It was also really crazy and cool to see Hellforce out there from the side-by-side blog guys. So make sure you go check out their video as well. It sounds like they're going to make that into a pretty interesting project. So good to see those guys out here, and great to stretch the legs on the Z4M. Nothing went wrong today other than dropping that brake fluid cap down behind the fender there. But everything else held up real good. So I think we'll add this to the track rotation. Still don't want it to replace the E21 just yet. We gotta keep this thing together for a little while longer, and then we'll start doing mods on it. So thanks again for watching. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe down below if you like this content, want to see more on the Z4M, track day content, BMW content, LS6 Sonoma content, jet ski content, whatever else I throw at the channel. It's a great time, and thanks again for watching, everybody. Take care.